Today I've got a future of grappling. All right. Well, that being said, today I've got a very special guest. My guest today is none other than Mr. Well, I guess you guys know him on here as Kaya John Jiu Jitsu, but I know him as Mr. Kaya Anderson. So why don't we go ahead and bring him on real quick, and let's get this show started because we don't have a lot of time with our boy. Where did he go? Where'd you go, Kaya? I was just bringing you on, my boy. Let's see. I'm the worst with this dang technology. Uncle Anton doesn't understand technology. But one thing I do understand is arm bar cookies, and they're amazing. So
Hey, what's up?
what's up, Matthew?
How's it going?
Man, come on. How you gonna ask me a question like that? I'm talking to the champ. I'm talking to my boy. It's
Yes,
been too
sir.
long. You know I'm doing
Yeah,
great.
100%.
So how you been,
I've been awesome. Life's been great. Can't
bro?
complain.
I've been seeing you win. And you
Yes,
know what?
sir.
Look, man, I'm going to tell you something. I guess back when I was interviewing you on the ADCC scene, you
Yeah.
were a little uglier because you keep
Yeah.
getting more handsome and handsome, you know?
Appreciate
Taking
that.
after your uncle. I feel like every
Yeah,
once
yes,
in a while
sir.
I do
Yeah.
y'all a little bit. But no, man, you got the glow up going on. And
Yes, sir.
obviously some big wins, too. Let's talk about some
Yeah.
recent things. What's been going on recently?
Yeah, I just over this past weekend on Sunday, I competed at Jiu-Jitsu World League Worlds. I ended up taking home double gold, winning all of my matches by submission in 15 seconds.
It's
So that was great.
insane.
Yeah.
Bro, so I gotta ask. Obviously, you go into competitions like this, and I don't
Yeah.
think anybody realistically expects that, right? Nobody
Yeah.
realistically expects to win in
Mhm.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
At least let's put it this way: we don't train to win in say 15
No.
seconds. We hope to win in 15
Yeah.
seconds, but nobody
Yeah.
trains for that. What do you do when the day continues to go like that? Like, I mean, the first one rattles off. I'm sure you're like, "Hey, this was cool." The second one
Yeah.
rattles off, and you're like. How does it?
That
What does the mind do when you keep winning like this?
after my both my wins in gi, after taking on that goal, I just felt unstoppable. You know, two big wins that quick. It helped me feel really good. So going into my nogi matches, I just knew I wasn't gonna get beat. I knew I was unstoppable.
I love it, brother. So
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit. For people who don't know, let's give them a little bit of background story. I always like to start off making sure that
Yeah.
people understand your guys' story, how you got into the sport. I know Dad's a badass. I don't know
Yeah.
if everybody else knows Dad's a
Mhm.
badass, but I'm guessing this plays into a little bit of the story. So let's start
Definitely.
where. When did you get started with jujitsu or grappling or martial arts? Like, where does the story start for you, Kaya?
Since I was born, you know, my dad had me when I was a baby. He would put his arm out, and I would be right here under him. He would put me he would give me in an arm bar, so I would have him in an arm bar. And now my arm bars are my favorite submission, so it's like muscle memory at this point. It's kind of just stuck with me. So ever since I was born, I was training.
Okay, and then like, when did you officially start training? Like,
Officially when I was like 6, so about 7 years ago, 7.5
okay, and
years
that
ago.
was you started with jujitsu,
Yeah, at the beginning, jiu-jitsu
bro.
since birth.
This is what's really unfair, and what people don't
Yeah,
understand is like your generation, right? And I'm giving it like this is it's not my generation. Your
yeah.
generation is going to be the generation that changes
Oh yeah.
jiu-jitsu, right? Like there's
100%.
the sports always evolved, right? We went from leather football helmets where guys were running probably like
Yeah.
6.5 second 40s and they weren't very fast.
Yeah.
It was like dump trucks, right? They were
Yeah.
really big and slow, but they hit
Oh
really
yeah.
hard.
Mhm.
And they were like, dang, we got to get better equipment. And then they realized, hey, we can get more athletic, we can get faster, we can hit harder.
Yeah.
You guys are the ones that are doing that for jiu-jitsu because
Oh
you've
yeah.
already been training 7 years. If the
Hmm.
normal 40-year-old walks in on the street
Yeah.
today and starts training, 2 years from now, he's going to get a blue belt.
Yeah.
You still have 3 years to wait until you're even eligible
Yeah.
for a blue belt.
Yeah. 3 years. Yep.
That's not even fair, bro. 10 years of training and then you're a blue
Yeah.
belt, and then
Yeah.
some old guy like me
Yeah.
sees you at an open weight competition, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, gonna eat. This kid's gonna go
Uh-huh.
down. And then like I end up with my arm twisted here,
Yeah.
and my neck's this way, and like my
Yeah.
wife doesn't want to talk to me anymore.
Yeah, man.
What do you think about the way that jujitsu is changing? Because I mean, for you it's normal, but do you ever stop and think about what it's like for like the older generation, knowing that like
Yeah.
you guys are changing everything?
Yeah, definitely with like the leg locks. There's so much more leg locks now. Like my dad would always tell me stories like back in the day how there was no one doing leg locks. Like it was just like getting relevant back in the day. So it's like that's like a huge difference because you guys like Joseph Chan who love leg locks, Nicky Ryan, all those guys who are great at leg locks. So that's definitely
Freaking
changed the game. Yeah.
Craig Jones.
Yeah, especially Craig.
Um, so for you, let's talk about obviously when you started competing too. Like, when did you officially start competing? Because for a kid who's been training for
Mhm.
7 years, that's a long time, brother. So when
Yeah.
did competition start for you?
I think like about 6 months after I first started. So probably when I was about seven, just turned seven, I started competing.
Dude, that's insane. So you've been
Yeah.
competing for 5, 6 years too. I mean, this is
Yeah.
just so there's no for you. There's no more nerves. I'm guessing. I mean, there's got to
No.
be nerves, obviously, because it's a
Just a little bit like
competition.
right before the match starts, but other than that, no nerves, just excitement.
So do you? I was gonna say, do you even get like excited to go to competitions anymore, or
Oh
is
yeah.
this just like everyday normal
Yeah,
stuff for you now?
every tournament is different, always different people there to compete against. It's always just a great environment. I love competing.
Okay, so I want to know this. Then let's talk. Gi or no gi?
Nogi, Nogi, for sure. For
No
sure.
gi.
Yeah, it's not even close.
But you just dominated in 15 seconds in gi,
So
man.
did
What are you?
I did too in Nogi though.
I guess that's true. I guess that's true. I guess when you're that good, I'm not even gonna argue with you because then I'm gonna end up on a highlight reel like I will with Nakoa, and then I'm in big
Yeah.
trouble. All right, so I also want to talk a little bit about ADCC, right?
Yeah.
Three-time champ for you. Obviously, that's the no gi,
Yeah.
I guess, world, right?
Mhm.
That's the top tier for no gi. Um, What's the goal this year for you in 2025? Because I know in 2023, obviously, you had the opportunity to be
Yeah.
a world champ and be a part of that whole entire tournament.
Yeah.
What's the goal for you this year?
This year, just to get as much experience under my belt as I can. You know, I'm going into these matches always younger, maybe a little bit less in weight. So I'm just trying to do my best, have fun, because I know next year I'm gonna be dominating this division. So always
Well,
keep my head up, having fun.
next year is Worlds, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, how much is it? I guess for you, is it get as many points as you can
Yeah.
this year, or is it
Mhm.
just about getting better, focusing on the growth, and then next
Mhm.
year slamming for your spot at
Yeah,
Worlds?
definitely a mixture of both. Definitely.
Okay.
Just keep racking up the points and also growing as an individual, getting better.
Well, and so your guys' age division continually sees new guys, but you also see the
Yeah.
same old guys. Who
Oh
would
yeah.
you say Kaya is at the top of the division with you, and who are the guys that
Competition.
you have to worry about?
Definitely my Coda Hummel. He's definitely probably like one of the top, and definitely Aaron Aaron Cubius Risk. He's really good. Those two guys probably like the top of the division right now.
Okay. Right next to
Yeah.
my boy, though, right? Right
Yeah.
next to my boy.
Oh
Right
yeah.
next. Yeah, yeah.
You already know.
Nephew's at the top of the division, too.
Oh yeah.
Uh, so, do you, I guess, what other competitions are you interested in doing this year? Because I know, obviously, main character is
Mhm.
making a big push for a lot of
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
trying to get a fight for main character, but right now I'd say Pan Kids, Gi and Nogi, getting
okay.
that gold in each.
What about Jiu-Jitsu World League in August? We're going to see you out here in Vegas for that? Or Jiu-Jitsu Con, I'm sorry, it's Jiu-Jitsu
JuJuTsu.
Con.
Yeah, if there's anyone signed up in my bracket, hell yeah. That's the goal.
That's got to be tough for you too, though, brother,
It
because
is.
you're a big 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Like the thing people
Yeah.
don't realize is there's not a lot of 13-year-olds walking around your size.
Yeah.
Do you think that when people see you, and this is a legitimate question that I always wonder about, especially for you guys at the top, right? Like I think there's guys like Nakoa, right? That when the guys see he signed up in the division, I think they're like, oh, I want an opportunity to
Yeah.
go out there and be the one to get a highlight against Nakoa.
Yeah.
But I don't think that there's a lot of like hate towards you, right? I don't think a lot of
Yeah.
guys don't dislike you.
Yeah.
I don't think that
Mhm.
a lot of guys want to try to get a highlight reel on you. But I think the biggest
Yeah.
concern is like guys see your name and they're like, oh, do I really
Yeah.
want to show up on Saturday? Do you see
Yeah.
a lot of that? That once you sign up for a division, you start seeing guys drop out of divisions, start
Yeah.
changing.
Maybe a little bit, yeah. Every here and then, every now and then, yeah.
How do you deal with that, bro? Because it's got to be really frustrating to know that you've put in the work, that you're doing everything you're supposed to, and then guys are scared. I mean, it's jujitsu. It's
Yeah.
not even a fight.
Yeah, it does suck, but there's always more opportunities. So like, if I want, if there's no one in my bracket, I'll just move up because I just want matches at the end of the day. As long as I get matches, I go out there and have fun. It's all that matters.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Because I've always gotten that from you and your dad is like, right now
Mm.
is the time for you to have fun. Right now is the
Yeah.
time for you to grow, to get better,
Mhm.
to really
Exactly.
focus on getting, I guess, the skill level better, right? So
Mhm.
for you, wins and losses aren't a huge thing. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
winning is important and you want to win
Mhm.
and you train to win. But like,
Yeah.
if you move up in weight class or you move up a division and you don't win, you don't care as long as you get the
Yeah.
nap time and the run time.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So, what's the ultimate end game for you, Kaya? What's the ultimate, like, where are you wanting to be at the end of this journey?
Yeah, definitely. I want to become a black belt world champion. That's always the goal. So then it'll set my future up of opening up an academy and teaching the next generation of jiu-jitsu.
All right, so that's the
Yeah.
ultimate goal is to have an
Mhm.
actual academy and be an
Yeah.
instructor and a professor.
Oh yeah.
So,
Helping the youth.
jujitsu's the end game for life for you.
Oh yeah, 1000%. 1000%.
It's so crazy to me, brother, because like when I was growing up, right back when we walked uphill 12 miles to school
Yeah.
both ways, and there was never downhill, and there were no cars.
Yeah.
um, but realistically, like if you heard a 13-year-old kid tell you what he wanted to be, there was like,
Mhm.
all right, buddy,
Yeah.
that sounds like a good
Yeah.
idea. Don't know how you're gonna get there. Like, I want to dig up dinosaurs. Like, what? No,
Yeah.
how many people dig up dinosaurs, right? But like, you
Mhm.
guys at 13 can say, I want to open a jujitsu gym. I want to get a black
Yeah.
belt, and it's like that's so like that's a real thing. Like that's a
Yeah.
real possibility. I mean,
Mhm.
you legitimately what could have your black belt by the time you're 20,
Yeah.
21 years old.
Oh yeah. 7 years, something like that. Yeah.
He's like, I haven't been keeping
Yeah.
track of nothing. You got a little calendar marked
Oh
out,
yeah.
don't you? If I keep doing
Hell
what I'm
yeah.
supposed to. um, so that's really cool, dude. Have you talked to anybody? Like, are you doing things to try to set yourself up for success and
Yeah.
like learning
Oh yeah.
business, learning little things
Mhm.
like that at this age too?
Oh yeah, always. Like it's always good. Like right now I'm helping teach the kids classes from like 4 to 6 a few times a week. So that's definitely helping me get used to teaching, getting used to teaching the next generation.
Dude, see, this is where it's at. I love it because I know your dad, and he's one of the popses that I
Yeah.
give a lot of props to because he's a really, really smart guy. And the one
Yeah.
thing I can always say is like I expect him to set you up for success in
Oh
every
yeah.
aspect. And
Hmm.
I think that's one reason why you're as successful as you are. If you look at any of the
Oh
kids,
yeah.
whether it's the Sains boys, Nakoa,
Hmm.
Micah, Gringo, right?
Yeah.
All the guys
Oh
in
yeah.
this group that are strong young men. You guys all have really strong, involved fathers. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? And
One
so
thousand percent. Yeah.
that's the thing I love. So, and Xavier Torres' mom might as well be his dad
Yeah.
because she's freaking active as hell and she plays
Oh
both
yeah.
sides. So I think it's just strong parenting, right? Like
Hmm.
strong
Yeah.
parenting is really what you guys all have, and I think that's the best part because like in the football world, I don't see a lot of that when I coach
Nah.
football, right? Like there's parents out in the front parking lot getting
Yeah.
drunk and driving their kids home. Like you
Uh
don't see
huh.
a lot of that in the jujitsu world. At least I don't. I
No.
see quality
Me neither.
parenting
Yeah.
and strong young men. So,
Mhm.
talk to me a little bit about how much your dad is a influence on your life, but also, like the driving factor of what you do too.
Mhm. Oh yeah, he's a big impact on my life. He sacrifices so much to get me to travel across the country to compete. He's always working, so we could always provide for the family. And he's always coaching me. So like he'll see a move on Instagram, and we'll drill it in the garage. Just so he's always coaching me. He's always there by my side, no matter what. And yeah,
That's what's up, man. I love it because I mean I know that when young men have strong men behind them,
yeah,
it creates the next generation of strong
oh
men.
yeah.
So all right, Kaya. So what's on the menu for you here in the next month or two? Is there how many
Oh,
tournaments are you signed up for? Let's talk about this. I know you
big.
got a super fight.
Yeah, it's really busy the month of June. June 14th, I'm competing in Dallas, Texas, ADCC Open, and the day after that, at the same venue, I'm doing the 5 grappling super fights, June 14th and 15th. So I'm competing against tough opponents. And the week after that, June 21st in San Luis Obispo, I have a super fight against a super tough guard player. So that's gonna be fun. And the week after that, I'm competing in American Nationals, IBJJF, Gi and Nogi. So that's gonna be fun. to wrap up the month of June.
Bro, I'm glad you're 13 and not 37
Yeah,
because that is that is
yeah,
a risk. My right shoulder and my left shoulder both started hurting
yeah,
right now. Just hearing that, I'm like, oh man,
yeah.
that's a lot of jujitsu. All right, so what do you do to prepare for that much jujitsu? I mean, what do you do? Like, what's the routine for you to take care of your body leading up to that much jujitsu?
Yeah, the routine is, I mean, like 5, 6, like Monday through Saturday, I'm training 4 times a day, every day, jiu-jitsu, strength and conditioning. I do strength and conditioning, so, and then when I'm not training, I always like to recover with like icing my body, taking a cold shower, sauna, just that type of stuff for recovery.
4 to 5
Yeah.
times a day. I don't remember. You're homeschooled though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, smart. I keep telling my wife, I'm like, dude, the school system sucks,
It
bro.
does, it
It,
does. Homeschool's the
we're
way to go.
yeah, we're blessed. We got a really good private school right now,
Yeah,
but we don't want to keep the
nice.
boys in private
Yeah,
school because we're like, some of these private
yeah,
school kids are
too much. Yeah,
a little different, a little
yeah.
different. Like we got to get them back around normal kids every once
Oh,
in a while.
yeah.
But I'm like, if we just have them be jujitsu kids,
Hmm.
they'll turn out like you. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
Live at the gym, learn what's important, and just
Mhm.
fight all the time. Shit,
Oh,
if
yeah.
anybody calls you dumb, you just take their
Yeah.
wallet and buy your dinner, right?
Yeah.
um, what do you look forward to most? Because obviously, over the years of competing, getting time on the mats, getting used to all this, obviously, a tournament brings something to the table of like
Mhm.
you don't know who your opponent is. There's some mystique around the way that it'll work. Sometimes brackets don't always work the way they're supposed to.
Yeah.
A 12 beats a one, and you're like, whoa, the day's
Yeah.
crazy. Do you like that more, or do you like knowing exactly who one opponent is going into something like a super fight?
Yeah, I definitely like knowing who my opponent is, but a good upset is always cool to see. It's always awesome. And it just, if I see like a number 12 seed, like you said, beat the 1 seed, it makes me more excited to fight them, to see what they're all about. Because it's always good seeing kids that don't have the popularity beat the kids who have popularity, because, it sets them up for more followers and whatnot. So it's always good to see that.
Heck yeah. Um, all right. So you said that the guy in your super fight is a really big guard player. I guess
Yeah.
one of my last questions is for you. There's really two types of jujitsu, right? There's
Mhm.
smash and then there's guard.
Yeah.
So who do you like facing? I mean, obviously, I would consider you to be more of a smash guy. I think
Yeah.
the wrestling shoes in the ADCC on the ADCC mat say everything
Mhm.
about your style. Very strong wrestler, but do you prefer to go against somebody like Nakoa who's going to wrestle you and give you a stand up match, or would you rather play against somebody who's going to give you a chess match and try to play
Mhm.
guard?
Yeah, both are really fun. Like it's always fun wrestling. It's always fun. But I think going against a guard puller I feel like is better because it puts on a show for everyone else. And also like I work on my guard passing a lot, so it's always fun. Just drive for a knee cut and pass. And it's always fun. It's like a big math problem to solve. Like when someone's playing K guard, it's like you have to figure out how to move their leg out the way and pass.
I
So I
love it.
say going against guard players, I enjoy more.
All right, so you're really looking forward to this super fight.
Yeah, yeah, it's
All
gonna be
right,
fun. Super tough opponent. I faced him a few times in the past.
who are you
So
going against?
Isaiah Farouk. I faced him a few times in ADCC Opens. He's a really tough opponent, so it's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Heck yeah, dude! I can't
Yeah,
wait. All right, Kaya. So I know you've got to get ready to go training. You've got class coming up. I've got a couple
yeah,
of minutes left with you. Before I run out of time, let's talk sponsors. Anybody you want to give a shout
yeah.
out to?
I'd like to give a huge shout out to my sponsors, Hyperfly. Use code Kaya AFLY 2025 for 10% off your order. They have awesome gear. And West Coast Nutrition's Roseville for awesome supplements. They'll hook you up. And if you go to Granite Bay Strength and Conditioning, Coach Kenyon, he'll get you right.
I love
Those
it.
are my
Hey,
sponsors, yeah.
that's a good list, bro. For a
Oh yeah,
13-year-old, that
yeah.
is not a
Super
bad
blessed,
list.
super blessed.
Hey, and then I always got to give a shout out to my
Oh
guys
yeah,
and girls. Actually, the mama over there, the lady
yeah,
behind everything, the one and only
yeah.
armbar cookies. I always tell everybody, brother, what you've had these cookies. I
Oh my
always say,
God,
I
10 out
don't
of
like to
10.
overhype things. I don't like to
Yeah, me
overhype
neither.
things. I don't oversell things. They do not
Yeah,
pay me. They gave me a shirt. They gave me some
yeah,
cookies, and they said try it. Let us know what you think.
Mhm.
And I will always
Yeah.
be forever grateful of anybody who, takes care of me, and
Mhm.
especially when you feed me,
Yeah.
especially when you feed me treats.
Yeah.
I know you're going to tell me that the treats are good for you and that I can eat multiple of them.
Protein. Yeah. Gluten
That's the
free.
only problem. The only problem is I'm scared that if like I got a big box of those,
Mm.
that I
They'll
would
be
eat
gone
like
in less than a week. They'll be gone in less than a week.
I was having a hard time not eating two or three a day, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna
Me
have to
too.
work stomach it, or I'm
Yeah.
gonna fart, or I don't know. So I had to like
Yeah.
hide them in different places in the house where I'm
Mhm.
like, where did that?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, there's a cookie right here. Cool, but that's
Yeah.
the problem. You
I'm
start hiding
always.
them, and then you find them, and then you start
Yeah.
eating them randomly.
Yeah. I'm always looking forward to the new flavors of the week. I'm always hyped on Mondays to
Dude,
see what they got.
it's insane. Like the
Yeah.
flavors are great. Like that's the one thing I've eaten a lot of protein cookies. I mean,
Hmm.
obviously,
Yeah.
and, most of them taste like crap. I don't even like
They're all
protein
like
shakes.
chalky and
Yes,
nasty.
but
Yeah.
these are good cookies. Like I
Oh yeah.
will say, they're not going to be
Mhm.
your Oreo. They're not going to
Mhm.
be your Misfields. Like
Mhm.
that's there's so much
Yeah.
sugar in that crap. These are
Mhm.
like 3 grams of sugar, if that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Mhm.
delicious. So shout out all of
Yeah.
our cookies. Thank you guys as always.
Yep.
Kaya, before I hang up with you, brother, you get a minute to do whatever you want with the microphone. Plug teammates. Thank dad. Give a shout out to the
Yeah.
girlfriend or the girlfriend. Whatever you want to do, brother. The microphone's yours.
All right. Yeah, I would like to give a huge thank you to my family, my mom, my dad, my sisters for always helping me out, and definitely my teammates over at Precision Jiu-Jitsu Academy in Health Gracie, Sacramento, always helping me prepare for these big tournaments. And yeah.
I love it, brother. Well, hey, listen, this is going to have to happen a lot
Oh
more. I
yeah.
don't get to go to tournaments
Yeah.
anymore, not as often as I want to. And obviously, we don't work with everybody that we
Mhm.
used to. So
Yeah.
we got to do this more often. That way, I get to keep up with
Yeah.
what's going on. I get to say hi. Make sure you tell
Sure.
dad I said what's up.
Oh
That's
yeah.
number one. Number two,
1000%.
go out there and continue to wreck shop,
Yep.
bro. I
Appreciate
know the
that.
one thing that that you're going to do is continue to wreck shop, but I mean wreck shop on your path to your career because, again,
Hey,
like, wins don't
June.
matter. It's just about mat time.
Hey, June 28th, I'm in Vegas. I'll let you know. I'm in
Hit me
Vegas.
up. Let's
Yep.
barbecue.
Let's
We'll
do
throw
it.
something on the grill. You and Dad,
Let's do
Mom,
it.
everybody
Yep.
come over to the house. We'll do dinner.
Let's
What are you
do
doing in
it.
Vegas?
IBJJF American Nationals on the
E-
28th.
Easy.
Yep.
Let me know. If you
Yes,
guys don't have
sir.
a photographer, I'll put in a
Thank you.
request
Appreciate that.
to
Yes,
shoot
sir.
or whatever, and I'll come up there and shoot for you. So
Oh, yeah.
tell Dad to hit me up. We'll talk off of here.
Yep.
But best of luck in everything this month,
Yep.
dude. You know I love
Appreciate
you a
it.
ton. I appreciate
Always
you.
appreciate you, Uncle Anton.
For sure,
Always.
man. Well, nephew, hey,
Yes,
keep
sir.
getting more and more handsome and keep putting people on their heads. You hear me?
Yes, sir. God
All right, brother.
bless.
I'll talk to you soon. Have a blessed
Yes, sir.
night.
See ya. You
All
too.
right, guys. It is Kaya. It is Anton. It is Armbar Cookies. Just remember, it's not a matter of are you ready? It's not a matter of who's next. It's not a matter of are we out? It's a matter of who's the future of grappling. And it's
Yep.
every single one of y'all, including this young man right here. This guy
Yes,
right here.
sir. Yes,
All right,
sir.
guys. We're out. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks, Kaya. I'll talk to you soon,
Yes,
brother.
sir. Talk to you soon.
Later, brother.
Why